Hey class, I want to give you a quick update video. So I'll be announcing teams for you guys. Probably either Thursday, Friday would be my goal. You'll have the announcement before Monday. Because finalize people adding and dropping, I think we're good, but I have to make sure I get the roster is loaded, and I'll either get it tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday, and then I'll be able to put the teams together, and I'll assign you, and you'll have your team, like, it'll be like alpha, beta, et cetera, typically is how I name the teams, okay? So you'll see a post from me before Monday with that information, with your team. Ideally, you're meeting with your team around Monday, okay? And so you guys can email back and forth as soon as I set the teams to decide. You guys can, you can jump on a Zoom, you can have a phone call, whatever you want. But somewhere soon around Monday is how I have it set up there, because you would then turn it in the next week, Monday, okay? And so it's okay if you don't meet and do it all, but you need to start communicating right away. So say I get the information out Friday, say I get it out Sunday at the latest, which is my goal will be to get it out before that. Then you guys should at least be communicating sometime Monday. Emails, texts, group me, whatever it is that you're going to do to chat, so that you've got a plan on how you're going to get together to do your video, okay? And so what you'll do is put together your video based off of the case report for the first video case study, which is Confundrum, okay? And I'm not going to give such in-depth information on the future cases, but on this first one, I want to. So the way I will grade them is based off of your response. And so in this case, there are 5 different steps that it asks you to address. First impressions, reviewing the competition, creating a perceptual map, watching the case study video to kind of see if your perceptions match those with what customers perceive. And then step 5, creating a perception report and repositioning plan. You would just present the information of that in your video, okay? These videos should be no more than 10 minutes, and you should basically be focusing on those 5 things that are in this case, the case report. So in the future, you'll always respond to whatever is in the case report, okay? And so what we will then do after that is I will, the videos that I should receive from you should be YouTube links, okay? And so what I'm looking for is a submission from one of your team members by the deadline that's a YouTube link. And so that's part of it. I don't want a Vimeo link. I don't want the file, the file itself. I want a YouTube link. So you'll have to load it to YouTube. You can make it private if you want, which is totally fine. But you can't make it, you can make it unlisted. You cannot make it private. Private means no one can see it. So unlisted means no one without you have to have the link to see it. Because what I will do is I will share these video links. So the way I will grade you guys will be based off of these 5 steps, okay? And I'll basically, as long as you competently answer all the questions, you will get at least 70%. If you turn it in, you get 60%. As long as you competently answer the questions, you get 70%. Each video is worth 4 points, okay? So whatever that kind of works out to. I'm going to do that math for you real quick. Yeah. So 2.8 would be like a 70, and that's as long as you competently answer the questions. And 2.4 would be just for turning it in, basically. Okay? You guys will also be doing some voting, which I'll give you the link and information for that after I've received all of the links. I'll provide them to everyone. You'll be responsible for writing a paper, okay? And so this is a 2-page minimum paper that you will do to kind of do the same step-by-step evaluation of how well do you think each team did on each of the 5 steps, okay? And so I typically have you just give them, A, B, C, D, F, okay, on each of the teams. And an explanation as to why you graded them the way that you did, okay? And so you'll turn in a 2-page paper with the explanation of the other teams. And then the next day after that, you'll actually complete a vote. I'll give you a voting link. And so you can kind of decide based off of, at that point, you've watched all of the videos and you've done a little bit of analysis about what teams you think did well in which of the steps and why. You'll actually vote. Okay? So I'm going to grade your videos. And if you do a great job in all 5 buckets, you'll receive all 4 points. Okay? Typically students get A's and B's on this type of assignment. What I do though is I take your voting into account. So as an example, if there's something that I basically use your votes to increase your grade if I have evaluated you lower, and everyone agrees that all the teams basically say you did the best job. I will basically bump you in terms of your score based off of the votes. So the voting matters in this case. Really, it can only help you; it won't hurt you. What typically happens is I'm pretty aligned. The way I grade you guys is aligned with how you grade each other. But every once in a while there's a team that maybe I just didn't see it the same way, but if everyone thinks you were awesome, I give you a little benefit in there. Okay? And so it's a 10-minute video addressing these 5 steps. You will be evaluating each other in a paper, as well as I'm getting the evaluation from me on it. Okay, so I wanted to give you that little bit of information. All you need to worry about now is, hey, sometime around Monday, you need to be talking to your team. You'll get the information before Monday. My goal would be Thursday or Friday, depending on when I get the updated roster, so that no one else is adding or dropping the course at this point. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know. One other little thing, the quiz deadlines are now set to be the deadlines. As I mentioned in a previous update, I'd let everything be open for anyone that was just jumping in. And so anyone that was going to be added should have access now. Tonight was the last night. I even left it a little longer than I said. Okay. Sometimes the time zone for the deadlines will change where my computer should be set to Central Time, but sometimes I'll have a student report that it's using Pacific Time or something like that. And so it might say that it's due at 12:59 or 1:59 a.m. or something like that. If you see that, please let me know, and I'll try to figure out what's going on with the time zones. Normally it's correct, but I've had that happen in the past. But the deadlines you should be following is in your syllabus, so I will hold you to the deadlines in the syllabus. If you see something different in StuKent for the quizzes, if someone could just let me know. I can't see, that's a type of issue that I wouldn't be able to see, okay? If you have any questions at all, send me an email at petitm@uhd.edu, and look out for an announcement soon with your team information.